It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From Bankers Life Fieldhouse, tonight it's the Indiana Pacers taking on the Boston Celtics. The opening tip won by the Pacers as we get underway in downtown Indianapolis. Drive on the baseline, but his shot stays out.
What happened is he didn't balance himself off the defender. He didn't initiate contact. He allowed the contact to initiate him. We could break that down later in the broadcast, but that's why he missed that easy chipper.
Jay, for once, Trader Danny was Danny Ainge. Celtics didn't do that much, but Eastern Conference didn't see much change either.
Yeah, they didn't need to do anything if you're the Boston Celtics. You already have all the pieces to the puzzle. There's no doubt about it. The Celtics are now in the driver's seat.
Walker calls out of bounds. Last touch by Kemba Walker. Oladipo into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Knocks it down from mid-range.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Celtics have it. Walker to Cantor with a drop step. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Collison into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Oladipo. Gets it in the left corner. Collison. That'll get out off one of the Pacers. Walker. To Jaylen Brown. Can't connect. Defense did its job that time. To Oladipo. Here comes the screen. The drive right to the basket. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Enes Kanter able to recover with the block.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
To Jaylen Brown. To Cantor. Enes Kanter, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Old school equals high percentage.
Pacers with the possession. Oladipo. Couldn't keep it in. Out on Victor Oladipo. Into the front court, it's Walker. Lead is 2. Oh, he had him there for a second. Has a chance. Jason Tatum at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 82%. And hits the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Indiana with the basketball. Screen coming. Shot clock winding down. Trying to cash in. Off the mark. He loves the tough shots, but that one may be too tough. Walker with the basketball. They lead it. 4-point game. Able to convert inside.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Jay, no question, the Pacers were the surprise of the NBA last year. What are your expectations for them now?
Top 4 seed in the Eastern Conference, and it all starts with Victor Oladipo. Last year, he was the guy, but this year, he needs to become the man.
To Kemba Walker. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
Look, it's still early. Make your opponent work for those possessions. You don't want to start racking up too many personal fouls.
First one, count it.
Stepping in for the Indiana Pacers, number 21, Thaddeus Young.
Goes 2 for 2. Joseph with it. 10-4 is the score. Five to shoot for Indiana. Has a look. He's too good to leave that wide open. Defense has to communicate.
Pretty fortunate to get that kind of a good look with the shot clock winding down.
Boston with the basketball. Here comes the screen. Sizing up the defense. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. And scores on the step back.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Oladipo into the front court. 12-6 our score. Turner to Young. And counted at the rim.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
To Cantor. Screen coming. Walker over to the right side. Tatum. And he'll head to the line.
There's a very fine line between maximum effort and carelessness. I'm willing to live with a few mistakes and maximal effort than having to constantly remind my players to close out.
Second and 3, got it.
For the Indiana Pacers, number 12, Tyreke Evans.
Perfect from the line. It's all 3 of them. Oladipo into the front court. They trail by 7. The Pacers with 4 to shoot. To Turner. Going to launch beyond the arc. His first effort off the mark. To Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. To Jaylen Brown. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Tough shot there for Jaylen Brown. No good. Oladipo into the front court. Right now, down 7. Young to Turner. Jay, sum it up. Why was Victor Oladipo the most improved last year?
Because he was no longer Robin. Victor Oladipo has become Batman, and he attacks the game the same way Russell Westbrook does. That short stint at OKC taught Victor Oladipo how to compete 24/7.
Pacers control. Evans to Oladipo. Here comes the screen. A drive to the basket, but the shot won't go down.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Oladipo to Turner. It was right there. Brown with it up top. Lead stands at 7. To Cantor. And it's Cantor above the rim. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Young. Here comes the screen. To Evans. 5 on the shot clock. Deep 2 there, won't go. Celtics have it. Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
To Young. Second effort. Thaddeus Young missed his first. That one goes.
And I get it. I know why Indiana fans love Thaddeus Young. He's that guy that just shows up to work every day and is going to outwork you, outgrind you. They don't make players like that anymore.
New blood coming in for both sides.
Number 36, Marcus Smart. Entering the game for the Indiana Pacers, number 20.
Short jumper off the mark.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
Evans. That's out of bounds. Last touch by Tatum. Young. Oladipo shot no good. Here comes the screen. Short jumper won't fall. It's Indiana basketball. Matthews to Young. Probing the defense. Young to Matthews. And he's going to the line to shoot.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Personal foul. Team foul number 1. That's the
Wesley Matthews. He's got 2 shots coming. For his career, 82%. Knocks down the first.
Stepping in for the Pacers, number 6, Corey Joseph.
connects them both. Quinn rejects it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. The follow won't go either. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Goes to the left side. To Marcus Smart. Boston with 4 to shoot. Tatum's shot no good. Joseph with it. Exactly a minute to go here in the opening quarter. Here comes the screen. For 3, knocks it down. And Jay, so much better to get that shot beyond the arc than inside 22 feet.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Scores from the post.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Joseph with it. They can get a 2 for 1 if they play this right. To Matthews. And he buries it.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Good. Off a spin.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
The pass set it all up.
2 points. The assist from...
Desperation shot here from half court. First quarter is complete with the Celtics in front. On to the second quarter. Neither team sees control in the first. Some interesting things, though, certainly on display.
And when both teams are playing at this level, it just continues to reaffirm that I was excited to watch both of these teams play this entire week. It's been a solid game so far, but this has a chance to be a great one down the stretch.
Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Collison's shot won't fall.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
To Marcus Smart. Has a chance. Knocks it down. Off the step back.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody will be wilding on the court. Guaranteed.
Collison to Matthews. To Collison. It's Boston with the rebound. Celtics have it. Nothing going here on that drive. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. And they called a foul. Jay, he was there too late.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Wesley Matthews, a couple of free throws on the way. He's perfect from the line so far. First one goes down.
Number 6, Corey Joseph. Entering the game for the Celtics. Number 27.
And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Across the timeline, it's Walker. Up by 3. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
Walker into the front court. His team up by 1. Here comes the screen. Walker. Oh, and the Pacers come away with the steal. Shot from the lane won't go. Boston with the basketball. Walker. Surveys the floor. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
There you go. Finally, shoot your shot.
Into the front court comes Collison. Down 3. Deep right corner. Collison. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Joseph with it. He'll run the offense. Collison. To Matthews. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Matthews. Celtics have it. Knocked loose. Pacers have it. Wesley Matthews above the rim.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Defense, let's go.
Well defended. Shot no good. If it was anyone else, they'd be back on the bench for taking that shot. Collison to Matthews. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Walker. Gets a look. Can't hit. Collison into the front court. Leads just a point. Matthews. Nothing going here on that drive. Trying to cash in. Doesn't get the bounce. To Walker. Driving right to the basket and draws the foul.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free 2.
Kemba Walker at the line for 2 shots. A career 83% free throw shooter. And he connects on the first free throw.
Boston. Subbing in for
Able to convert on both free throws. Oladipo into the front court. They trail by 1. Matthews to Oladipo. To Matthews. And he drains it.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball, and there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Oladipo into the front court. Down a point. To Matthews. Oladipo. Fires the three. Not that time. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Jason Tatum trying to cash in on a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Tatum's good on the free throw. It's a three-point play as Boston adds to the lead. Pacers with the possession. Oladipo to Young. Probing the defense. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
And gets both to drop at the line. Into the front court, it's Walker. The lead is 2. Pacers come up with it. Oladipo shot misses.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
To Kemba Walker. Here comes the screen. To Walker. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Walker. That's how you defend.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Tyreek Evans at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Shoots it at 75% for his career. Off the mark on his free throw. Ball's controlled by Boston. Takes stock of the floor. Boston with 4 to shoot. Beyond the arc for 3. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
To Young. 5 to shoot for Indiana. And buries it. Jay, they'll take that any day.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
To Jaylen Brown. Whoa, Jaylen Brown above the rim.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs to guard on the next play down the court.
Screen right, screen right, screen right. Hey, watch this screen left.
Oladipo to Young. The Pacers with 4 to shoot.
Shut up, shut up.
Missed it. Not much more you could ask for from the defense there.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Victor Oladipo with the slam.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Evans to Young. Gets it in the right corner. Rebound hauled in by the Celtics. To Cantor. Knocked loose. Pacers have it.
When it's a tight game, those missed opportunities on the road make it tough.
And finishes strong.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
To Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. To Jaylen Brown. Goes to the left side.
2 minutes left in the second.
Here's a chance from long range. Tough shot there for Jaylen Brown. No good.
Here we go. Here we go.
Evans to Oladipo. Five to shoot for Indiana. Victor Oladipo. Off the mark.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who, out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Jason Tatum snatching it out of the air.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Indiana with the basketball. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. Turner to Evans. Has a look. Deep two there, won't go.
Hey, locked up, locked up.
Here comes the screen.
On your left, here it comes.
Fires the three, and the rebound comes down to Young. Oladipo into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Screen coming. Young to Turner. Baseline drive. Finishing inside the paint on that one. Deep three at the buzzer. We've reached halftime in a 2-point game. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The Pacers are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Indiana Pacers. The Celtics are keeping things exciting in a close matchup. They certainly staked the flag in the paint. They were dominant around the rim on the offensive end. These are the guys getting buckets for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. Bench points.
This is a game where the bench guys deserve a bit of the spotlight. The thing is, you need a spotlight big enough for the reserves on both squads. This is a game that's been all about the depth in the depth chart.
Player of the half. Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. Celtics have it. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Ooh, I'm telling you from experience, his teammates will never let that one down.
Oladipo into the front court. Tie game, third quarter. Collison. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
First free throw is good. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Draws the double and still hits.
From somebody who loved to score a lot himself, defensively, if you are guarding me in a parallel position, I can have whatever I want when I want. You have to force this guy to go one direction, make him go towards his weak hand, and then contest that shot.
Able to convert inside.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. Great look and vision. And scores.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Pacers control. Sizing up the defense. Collison. Trying to create the drive right to the basket. Down the lane, but the shot won't fall.
Man, I know you see this.
Count it.
Woo! Did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Oladipo into the front court. His guys down 3. Jason Tatum with the block. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Jason Tatum. The Pacers with 4 to shoot. Oladipo. Victor Oladipo is going to get a chance at 3 here. For his career, 80% at the line. And hits the first free throw. And he hits the second. Knocks down all 3 at the line. Boston with the basketball. It's a big finish.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Into the front court comes Collison. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Oladipo. Lets it fly from long range. Message received. Well defended. Can't connect from inside. It's Indiana basketball. To Collison. Oladipo, not that time. To Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. Great pass to set it up. Miles Turner tips it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Shot won't go. Collison into the front court. His group now down 2. To Oladipo. Here comes the screen. Curling inside. Aaron Baines with a piece. Couldn't keep it in. It's out off Aaron Baines. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Oladipo. Five to shoot for Indiana. Has a chance. Collison's shot won't fall. Oh, Miles Turner. 3 for 6 now.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Kemba Walker. To Cantor. And his Cantor above the rim.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Pacers with the possession. Collison's shot won't fall. Offensive board. The defense grabs the rebound. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
Wesley Matthews has got 2 shots coming, shooting 75% so far tonight. First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Walker with the basketball. Our score all even in this third quarter. Here comes the screen. To Walker. Cleans it up. Offensive board. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
And the slam.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. 2-point advantage. Indiana with the basketball. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Darren Collison trying to cash in on a 3-point play. A career 85% free throw shooter. Count the free throw as well. Walker into the front court. His guys now down by a point. Here comes the screen. To Marcus Smart. Working hard on the glass. Miles Turner swats it. That's his 3rd block this evening.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Oladipo into the front court. His guys now trailing by a point. Nothing going here on that drive. Deep left corner. Oladipo's shot no good. To Cantor. Pacers come up with it. Collison to Oladipo. Over to the right side. From long range, creates the space to bury the 3 on the step back.
Ooh, welcome to the new reality. Positionless basketball. Bigs are now PGs with the ability to drain 3s.
Walker. Here comes the screen. To Marcus Smart. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Walker to Cantor. And scores. Strong take.
And I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Victor Oladipo. Missed it. Another shot stays out. Into the front court, it's Walker. Lead is 2. To Jaylen Brown.
Watch that back door. Screen coming.
Walker. Now that's a contest.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
A pass taken away by the Celtics.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Now a whistle, and Indiana is going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game.
The NBA Season 8 2020 games and highlights coming up next.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Oladipo to Evans. The jab step opens up space to knock down the jumper.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Here comes the screen. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Here comes the screen. Curling inside. Evans driving to the basket, but his shot won't go. To Kemba Walker. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
There's something to be said about a guy that can make the game easier for everybody else on the court. We call that dropping dimes, very similar to the way I'm dropping nuggets on this broadcast.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
To Walker. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. It's no good. Great defense.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Oladipo. That misses with 3 seconds left. Jason Tatum. Huge block.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
So the Pacers with the basketball to start the 4th quarter. And that 3rd quarter was one to forget. Remember, Jay, they led at the break. And now they find themselves on the wrong side of the score.
Yeah, but this game is about next play. If you spend too much time worried
NBA
about
Season
what
8
was, you can't focus on
2020
what is. Put
matchups
that
coming
core
up
behind
next.
you and focus on the
Milwaukee
task
Bucks
at hand.
1-2, Miami Heat
Wesley
1-1.
Matthews. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Here comes the screen. Walker. They'll get it down to Thompson. A lot of contact. No whistle. Another follow. No good. Joseph with it. They trail by 2. Evans to Matthews. Young. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Deep 2 there, won't go. Walker with the basketball. Leads a bucket. Nice pass to get things going.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Matthews to Young. The Pacers with 4 to shoot. 4-3. Good contest. Tyreke Evans can't hit it. Across the timeline, it's Walker. They lead it. 4-point game.
NBA Season 8 2020 matchups coming up next. Orlando Magic 3-0, Oklahoma City Thunder 1-1.
Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Tatum. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Pacers control. To Young. Thaddeus Young. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
To Kemba Walker. Down low Thompson. Cruises inside for 2.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Joseph with it. The deficit is 6. Evans to Matthews. The jumper's off the mark. Walker into the front court. He'll run the offense. Thompson to Walker. Reset here. Let's see what they do. To Marcus Smart.
NBA
Nice
Season
finish
8
at the rim.
2020 matchups coming up next. Denver Nuggets 1-2, Sacramento Kings 2-1.
To not let him get that close to the rim.
Now the Pacers going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this 4th quarter.
You know, Ed, usually in timeouts, you see coaches give these rah-rah speeches. And what happens is it goes through the players' left ear and out the right. They don't pay attention. I've been a part of those huddles. What I just saw, though, I saw a coach snap a clipboard. No doubt about it, he has his team's attention.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Collison.
Entering the game for Boston, number 46, Aaron Baines.
To Matthews. Yes, Wesley Matthews. He's now 4 for 6.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Here comes the screen.
Get over, get over.
To Marcus Smart. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
The okie doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Into the front court comes Collison. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. To Matthews. Driving right to the basket. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go. The follow won't go either. Celtics have it. To Kemba Walker. Nothing going here on that drive. From the outside, no good. Collison into the front court. Margins 8. To Matthews. Into the front court, it's Walker. Looking to make something happen. Count the basket inside.
Ed, here's a next level comment for you. K-Walk is one of the rare guys in the league today that blurs the lines between the streets and the league.
Collison. Knocked loose. Celtics have it. Gets to the basket and scores.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make two bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
My board. I got it.
Walker with the basketball. Up a dozen.
The screen.
NBA Season 8 2020 matchups coming up next. Minnesota Timberwolves 2-1, Los Angeles Clippers 2-1.
Won't go. Ball's controlled by Boston. Knocks it down off the step back.
Can we all just agree that that handle is next level, but that jumper's wet too?
Now a whistle, and Indiana is going to use a timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Collison. It's Cantor with the board. Across the timeline, it's Walker. His guys leading by 14. Nothing going here on that drive. Walker to Jaylen Brown. Going to launch beyond the arc. Tough shot there for Jaylen Brown. No good. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Domantas Sabonis. Couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Knocks down the first. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Walker into the front court. The advantage is 13 points. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not getting the bounce. To Collison. Nothing going here on that drive. A fundamental shot right there.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Into the front court, it's Walker. The lead is 11. Here comes the screen. Can't connect. Shot was forced. For three. Off the mark. Into the front court comes Collison. His guys down 11. Screen coming. Oladipo. Fires the three. That's good D. Shot no good.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
Collison to Oladipo. And he hits.
The NBA's most improved player was a guy that always invested in himself, both on and off the court, but he always put in the work to be better. Was a sponge for information, an insatiable appetite to be the best. But the difference is, he's believing in himself. Whether that's singing at the NBA award show or performing at the highest level on the court, it's safe to say that Victor Oladipo has officially arrived.
Collison into the front court, trailing by 11. To Oladipo. Beyond the arc for three. He engulfed him that time.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Walker to Jaylen Brown. Off the assist.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
It's Indiana basketball. A drive baseline, but the shot won't go. Brown into the front court. His team on top by 13. Walker to Cantor. Scores from the post.
You know, it reminds me of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Here comes the screen. Oladipo. Walker with the basketball. His guys up by 15. To Cantor. Won't go down. To Collison. And gets to the basket. Jay, he knew exactly where he was going with it.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Time to shuffle things up.
Celtics, number 27. 1 minute remaining in the fourth quarter.
Can't connect from in close. Into the front court comes Collison. The deficit now up to 13. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
That's out. Last touch by Enes Kanter. Jaylen Brown sends it away.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. It's an 11-point game. And 2 points to the board.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Oladipo into the front court. His guys currently down by 13. Deep three at the buzzer. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. Oops. He missed the first one. Knocks down the second free throw. It's a victory here for the Celtics as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Celtics emerged victorious after a tight finish. The statistic that seems to stand out in 3D is their assists. So many of their points were made possible by their team chemistry, and it was great to see. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Boston Celtics. The Pacers finished on the losing end of a close score. This loss is sure to be all the more bitter because of how well they shot from beyond the arc. Their percentage from three-point range was outstanding. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Indiana Pacers.
Game track. Field goals.
This was a matchup in which solid shooting was prominently on display. I definitely enjoyed it. Like I'm loving enjoying all of these highlights right now. Great job of effective, efficient scoring from these squads.
Player of the game.
Tatum played the role of facilitator today, and no one is more happy than his teammates.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.